What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. We're doing brakes today. Check this out. We are putting Brembos on my Charger. So these are SRT8 Brembo calipers. 4 pistons, front and rear. We've got the rears here, or these are the rears, these are the fronts. And we are going to be swapping them onto my Charger. So I've already taken off the stock stuff. It's laying on the floor over here. Nothing interesting about that. But in order to do this swap, the fronts, you have to change the spindles. For the SRTs, they require a different front spindle. So we're going to be swapping the front spindle. We put new hubs on it, new ball joint, so it's going to be new stuff, working good. And then for the rears, get my box of goodies here. We've got these awesome AAD Performance brackets that connect to, so these brackets here are going to line up like this. They go on the back of the stock hub and the caliper bolts to this. We're going to have to cut this heat shield here, so, or dust shield, whatever it's called. But we're going to probably like notch it right here and just take off that end. But that's for the rears. These are pretty cool. New rotors from Ray Bestos. Look how shiny these are. It's a big rotor. Once we get them on, we'll measure it and we'll see the difference. Because this is the new one, and these are the stock ones. Look at this right here.
There we go. That's gorgeous.
That is a lot bigger.
Oh yeah. Thicker and bigger diameter.
So this is gonna be cool.
The big upgrade is these calipers. Having 4 piston front and rear is significantly better. So what did those come off of? Those came off SRT8, right?
Yeah, so we actually pulled the rear ones from a junkyard, from an SRT8 300, which it's the same suspension work, so it'll bolt right on. The fronts are from an SRT8 Charger, 2012 I think, and so they should bolt out right on with the new spindles.
And these have been freshly painted, rebuilt, brand new pistons and everything. They're new seals. These are ready to go. So let's get to it, guys.
New addition to the garage.
Dude.
IndyCar tire.
IndyCar tire. It is beautiful. Sam brought that and donated it to the garage. It's a very good, nice little piece to add to it. It's gorgeous. And if you guys didn't see in one of our other episodes, we've got a brand new Randy Billy Garage banner.
Check out the merch. Let us know if you want some.
Mention it down in the comments if you guys are interested in the merch. Oh yeah. So
yeah.
So let's get to it.
Yeah. Alright. Don't mind this mess of tools right now. But first wheel is on. Look how good that looks. Bigger rotor, Brembo. Come back here and look at this. We got a stainless brake line. Right here.
Stainless brake line going to the factory hard line. We've tightened everything up. We zip tied the ABS sensor line to the stainless brake line.
The brake lines are from Stop Tech, and here's your part number.
950-63004.
Those are for the fronts. For the rears, this is your part number.
950-63502. And that's for the brake lines.
Yep, for the stainless brake lines.
And also remember, if you buy this kit, I know it's gonna be confusing, but they only use one part number for both front brakes. So on this side, the vanes are going like this, and on the other side, they're also gonna go like this, but they'll be backwards. So anyway, this is on. The last thing we gotta do before we put the brake pads in is tighten up the 2 bolts that hold this caliper on. And then the cool thing about Brembos is that the brake pads go in from right here. So we're gonna start working on that, get it together, and then show you guys what it looks like with the wheel on.
And we're using Power Stop brake pads. So
Power Stop Extreme.
Should be less dust, good performance. There's your pad. And what's cool with these is they come with new clips and pins,
all the hardware.
All brand new stuff, so keep your brakes looking or performing well. It's a good thing about, you want good stuff with brakes. Like, don't go with the bad used stuff.
Alright, let's get this together. Now that looks beautiful. So that's one side on. All we have to do is bleed it and double check that we have enough range of steering motion without putting any tension on the stainless steel line. 3 more to go.
Yeah. All right, say that again.
So when I say down, you're gonna pump it 4 times and then hold it on the 4th time. And then when I say up, you're gonna let up, and then we're just gonna keep doing it like that. So then after I say up, I'll say down. You pump it 4 times and then hold it. And then when I say up, you let go.
All right. So we're bleeding the brakes right now.
Are you speaking in tongues already?
Yeah.
All right, down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up.
Can feel when he releases the the thing. It feels good, but we just got a brake light that just came on.
I'm gonna check the reservoir. I might have ran too much through it and now it's low.
Yeah. The reservoir is right up in the corner up here.
Yeah, let me go ahead and make sure it's topped up.
Pedal feels good though. You can definitely tell when he was releasing it.
We're using Motel RBF 600 factory line .4 brake fluid. It's good to make sure you have the right brake fluid, and it's good to have the right fluid for your application. So if you're tracking your car, please use at least a .4 brake fluid, and if it's an old car, just go ahead and change it. You can basically gravity bleed your brakes if you don't know how to do this, or if it's just you. But it really doesn't take much time with a helper to completely put fresh fluid in your entire system.
It's always good to have friends.
Yeah, that too. As long as your friends are willing and capable of helping you. So we got the front ones on. Now we're working on the back ones. The only thing you have to do is you have to cut a little bit out of the bottom of this heat shield, bend it back a little bit just so it doesn't touch. The other thing is that I had to notch one of the hardware for the lower piece, so that it fits just past this top edge of this control arm.
What you should do first is probably attach the bracket to the caliper first.
Yeah.
That way we wouldn't have to notch the bolt. But either way, we're gonna have to...
The reason why I did that is so that in the future we can take it off to take the caliper off if we need to just take the caliper off.
Yeah, just take the bracket
Otherwise, you would take the bracket off. Either way. But then I have to grind this down, because as you can see, it was rubbing right here, and it doesn't let the bottom or the top go in far enough for these bolt holes to line up. So we're just gonna notch that out.
The company that made this bracket, they actually tell you about that. You can either notch the hub a little bit here or notch the inside of the caliper, but I already have the calipers painted, so it's just easier to notch the hub. I don't want to mess up the caliper, so that's what we're going with. Doing that, it should fit now, so let's keep on working.
Well, Sam's finishing up this last side, getting the pins in there, and all we gotta do is bleed the back brakes, but look how good they're looking.
Woo! They on!
It is a sight to behold. So we're gonna go out after this and break them in, but good work, Sam. Alright guys, so we are gonna test one thing. We did get an ABS light for an issue with it said the front left tone ring. So what we're trying right now, real quick, and this might be something you have to make sure you do, we're putting the old hubs back on to the new spindles, in case the tone rings for some reason aren't the same, or they're not the same number. Hopefully this will fix our issue. If it does, then I would suggest that you guys try to run the hub with the ABS tone ring from the original car, not the one from the SRT8. But we're gonna try it. If it doesn't fix it, then we might actually have to look into the left front ABS sensor and see if there's something wrong with it. So we're gonna try this, and we'll let you know if it works.
All right. Well, we fixed it. that was the problem. Not sure if it was either just a bad ring or whatever on the hub, but we put stock hubs back on, all set, no lights anymore. We should be good to go. So if you guys want to do it, I recommend keeping the stock hubs, or at least the stock RT hubs or whatever your car is. But yeah, so that was it. It's all set and we're good to go now. That's how you do it.
Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we'll see you next time.